supply of product has been sustained for over a period of 2 years, and I want to assure each and every one of you here that the Honorable Minister, through the GMD and MDPPMC, in conjunction with the leadership of IPMAN, we have been working tirelessly to ensure that we maintained this particular tempo. And I want to assure IPMAN members that there is no cause for alarm, and the only thing that we need to do is to step up our bridging so that area that product supply seems to be inadequate, we augment through bridging, because the vandals are at it again, and that has been the menace of this country. What we are saddled with is what we call societal ills, but the government, NNPC, PPMC, and the leadership of IPMAN have been on top of the situation.
We are committed to the bringing back the glory days of our alma mater, the Nigerian Law School. Well, that's what the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Ayim Pius Ayim, said. The Silver Jubilee celebration of the 1988 set of the law school, which held in Calabar, the Cross River State capital. On the other hand, the governor of the state, Lea Limoke, said experiences garnered in that class remain the pedestal of their many successes.
And now in politics, the race for the governorship seat in Ekiti State appears to have commenced in earnest, as incumbent governor Dr. Kayode Fayemi has set up the team that would drive the campaign ahead of the June election. Federal lawmaker Bimbo Daramala, who represents Ekiti North in the House of Representatives, has been appointed as the Director General of Mr. Fayemi's campaign organization. Dr. Fayemi will be seeking to return to office, and the leader of his campaign organization seemed to be confident about their candidate's chances. But he recognizes also that a competition is in play in the race, and has assured for more preparation for the polls.
Say, oh, I want to be a governor, and then begin to use. So there must be a review process of what the mandate meant to him over the past 3.5 years, and the interpretation he intends to give to the mandate, by the grace of God, then is renewed on the 21st of June 2014. So, and to get to that point, there will be interrogation, serious interrogation. The people are going to come for us and ask for justification why we have to present this governor again for re-election. And we're convinced that in trying to map out all of those details, you won't just put them together. It will even be disrespectful if we don't plan for the candidate or for the governor that eventually will elect people, having done what this governor has done in 3.5 years.
Well, outside of politics, Anambra State Governor Peter Obi has flagged off the continuous transformer distribution and installation of 200 transformers to the 127 communities in the state. Now, this effort is to ensure that the integrated development strategy in the power supply sector receives a boost and takes care of the people's power needs.
These 200 transformers, procured at over 500 million naira, will be distributed and installed by the state government in the various villages of the benefiting communities. And so says the Anambra State Commissioner for Public Utilities, Water Resources and Community Development, Mr. Emeka Nwanku. Now, the donation of the transformers became necessary as a result of a failure of power supply from the national grid, which has brought about death of industries and small-scale businesses.
His Excellency Governor Peter Obi, CON, has made concerted efforts to complement the PACN, Power Holding Company of Nigeria, to improve the power supply situation in communities in the state as a desperate and determined action to revive the dying industries and businesses.
Fighting poverty and improving the standard of living of the people of the communities remains uppermost in their minds, which they hope to address with the procurement of these transformers.
We have invested over $60 million and it's an naira in power. What about our investment? So power will work in Nigeria. We are in a way to support that future and make sure that every area discovered.
The commencement of the transformer distribution and installation was flagged off and the benefiting community is named, while those who are yet to benefit were assured of government's commitment to bringing theirs in no distant time.
We'll go on business. We'll go on a break, and then when we come back, we'll take you through a business story. The aquaculture and artisanal fisheries will get a boost. That's according to the federal government.
All talking about boosts on the foreign scene. Well, the Ukrainian president, Viktor Yanukovych's health receives a boost. He bounces back, but has to face protests across the country.
Please join us again.
Investigating, exposing, uncovering, reporting, hard-hitting interviews. Sunrise Daily, only on China's television.
Welcome to Business News. The aquaculture and artisanal fisheries value chain will get a boost this year as the federal government intends to introduce fish import policies over the next 4 years.
And under the Growth Enhancement Support Scheme, the Minister of Agriculture, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, expects local fish production to increase, while there are also plans to reduce sea piracy.
We have a policy that says that over 4 years, we are going to be self-sufficient in fish. There is nothing to be proud about. To say that, gee, look, I'm from Nigeria and we are one of the largest fish importing countries in the world. No, it doesn't make sense. And so what we are saying is that we must be able to at least meet a significant amount of fish production locally. And I've said to all the guys in the fishing industry, fish is a fishy business and we're going to have quite a lot of battles in this particular area. But I am determined that under this president, you go to Bayelsa, what do they have? South, what do they have? They have water everywhere. We've got to be producing fish, man. And that is why, by the way, the president supported us, last year to do what we had never really done, which is to support fisher folks for the first time. The Growth Enhancement Scheme, the electronic wallet, we started it for fisher folks last year. And what are we giving them? We are giving them fingerlings free of charge. We're giving them fish feed free of charge. We're giving them nets. We're giving them also treatment for their water, and we are also giving them outboard, motor engines for their boats. And we're registering all of the fisher folks in Nigeria. And we are determined that also we will deal with the issue of sea piracy, where people just come here and destroy all our trolleys. So we are very serious that we will become self-sufficient, and everybody has to play their part.
Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, as the Minister of Agriculture. Now to the Nigerian stock markets, where after 5 straight days of persistent profit-taking, now the Nigerian equities market has improved. Bargain hunting pushed key indicators back in North Territory. The whole-share index climbed by almost 2% to end the first trading session for the month at 41,366.42, boosted by value gains recorded by some companies including Port Oil, Dangote Cement and Nestle. 38 equities appreciated at the end of the day's trade, and Port Oil topped the list to close at 10.2% higher, and that's about 9 naira 20 kobo added to its share price. Total, Lafarge Wapco Cement and Flour Mills of Nigeria are among the 25 equities that shed weight. Transcorp, Zenith Bank and FBN Holdings were the top 3 most actively traded stocks. Now, when stocks crossed the finish line, investors had over 5,000 deals, exchanged 396.95 million shares for 5.44 billion naira.
On the foreign scene, despite the incessant protests in Ukraine demanding that the president steps down, Viktor Yanukovych is back to work after 4 days of illness. Mr. Yanukovych has not been seen in public since last Wednesday, as he was said to be suffering from a fever and breathing problems, but now he's feeling well again. The political crisis did not relent in his absence, with thousands on the streets of the capital, Kiev.